Let's try and keep this video on the shorter side today. We're going to go over the overview of what to expect tonight into tomorrow morning in terms of our freezing rain potential. If you're out of the loop, yes, we do have some freezing rain potential incoming for us here in Michigan. It will start later tonight, right around 7 o'clock or so. It'll move southwest to northeast through the state. Not expecting major impacts, but it definitely could be impactful to travel if you're out on the roads overnight tonight and perhaps early Sunday morning. Let's go ahead and dive in here. A very quick overview of the model. This is the HRRR short term, one of the most accurate short term models we have to look at. Look at how it's going to play out tonight. Here we go into the evening tonight. It's going to stay dry today, mid 30s for high temperatures. And we look to the west, southwest for precipitation, moving up from Illinois, Indiana areas. We see it arrive here in southwest Michigan right around 8 p.m. according to this model here. Could be a little bit before that, could be 6 p.m., 7 p.m. or so. Right around that evening time frame, expect rain to begin down by Kalamazoo, Benton Harbor, we're talking about Edwardsburg, those areas. That's going to move northeast here through the state. And as it does so, we're going to move into the overnight hours. This is at midnight right here. But notice how we're getting that purplish pink color. That is freezing rain. Yes. Behind that, though, is pure rain. On the north side, perhaps some snow showers. So kind of like a mixed bag system here that's going to be in play for us here. But as we get later into the evening hours, rain does take over and dominate as temperatures begin to rise towards sunrise. But as we get that system moving out, it will dry out behind it. Temperatures will rise above freezing, and it won't be impactful anymore. Let's go ahead and break this down here. So looking at the ice accumulation according to the HRRR model as well, we're sitting right around 0.05 to 0.15 or so, so about just over a tenth of an inch here across a good chunk of western Michigan. Perhaps the Irish Hills area, Hillsdale, Lenawee, Washtenaw counties getting in on some higher ice accretion. But overall, for impacts for like power outages and trees and stuff like that, we want to look for about a quarter inch, 0.25 or higher of ice accretion. We're not seeing that in Michigan, but we still could get a tenth or so of an inch, which could weigh some power lines down. It could weigh some tree branches down, but overall impact should be very minor in nature. In fact, I'd go ahead and say they should be limited to travel. Any type of ice accretion on roadways, sidewalks, any patios you guys have, walkways, it's going to get slick very quickly for those that's going to impact. So that's going to be the biggest concern tonight. But the good news is it's going to be centered overnight into the early morning hours where most people are at home sleeping or just off the roadways. But if you happen to be on the roadways overnight tonight across a good chunk of lower Michigan, I would definitely take it easy until you absolutely are sure that roadways are not slick. Okay. Looking at other things such as rain totals as well as snow, we're not really seeing much in the way of any snow accumulation here. Go ahead and throw this on the screen here for snow accumulation. Here we go. This is just through the morning hours of Sunday. We're seeing up in the UP, perhaps a dusting at most here. We're not going to get snow out of the system. Perhaps snow showers, yes, but accumulating snowfall, no worries. Get a break from that. In terms of the rain and the potential for heavy rain, I'm not really seeing too much of that either. It should remain mainly rain south of 94 here the later we get into the morning hours. I'd say probably a tenth or two of an inch, especially around 94, perhaps up to 96. That'd be like Grand Rapids, Lansing, Flint areas, and point south. We're getting in on perhaps a tenth of an inch or so of rain accumulation. Not a big deal, but we are watching a system coming in for Monday that's going to look to bring some heavier rain. Here's our system tonight on the GFS model. Now the rain system moves up Monday morning for us here. It could bring us some little bit heavier rainfall, perhaps. We're still kind of watching it kind of shift around here. Right now, it looks to be shifting a little bit to the south. So perhaps higher rain totals off into Ohio, Indiana, but more rain on the way for Monday. Yes. With that being said, overall impact should be minor. I'm not expecting power outages, not expecting anything in terms of toppling trees or tree limbs. But I will say travel impacts certainly possible, especially overnight tonight. And by the time we get to tomorrow morning, temperatures will rise. If any impacts are going to last into Sunday morning, they should be very brief and very minor in nature, probably centered around that 8 to 9 a.m. time frame before temperatures finally rise above freezing right around that 10, 11, closer to noon time frame. All right. Hope that answers your guys' questions. That's all I got for you guys today. Before I end it, shout out to our sponsor of today's video, Lifestyle Exteriors. They're based out of Traverse City and Lansing. They do roofing, siding, windows, and gutters, as well as a few other home improvement needs. Feel free to give them a call, 989-854-3055. 855. And thank you to Lifestyle Exteriors for sponsoring our YouTube video today.